We have seen a disturbing trend. Some protective mother groups have become extreme. These groups often start with good intentions. They want to protect children, but their methods have become harmful. They often operate on fear and misinformation. This hurts families. These groups are gaining influence. They use powerful stories to sway public opinion. These stories are often one-sided. They present fathers as inherently dangerous. This narrative is dangerous. It ignores the complexity of family situations. These groups exploit a sensitive issue. They use emotional appeals to gain support. This can pressure lawmakers. It can also intimidate those with different views. This creates a climate of fear and silence. It's crucial to remember, not all protective mother groups are extreme. Many advocate for children responsibly, but the radical fringe poses a serious threat to fairness and justice. These groups often advocate for laws that undermine due process. They push for legislation that favors mothers. This happens even without evidence of wrongdoing. One example is pushing for laws that limit fathers' custody rights. They promote policies that assume guilt first. This can lead to unfair outcomes for families. They might support mandatory supervised visitation for fathers. This happens even when there are no abuse allegations. This approach undermines the presumption of innocence. This rush to judgment is dangerous. It disregards the importance of fair investigations. It also ignores the rights of the accused. This creates a system where fathers are punished before proven guilty. Their efforts to influence legislation are concerning. They erode the foundation of our legal system. This system relies on evidence, not assumptions. We must ensure laws protect children, but we must also protect the rights of all parties involved. Proposed legislation intends to limit judicial discretion and intimidate judges, invalidating all abuse allegations under the guise of judicial accountability. They make outlandish claims such as, "Only abusive men seek sole custody from loving mothers." And when you are motivated by love, you are acting rationally. Love is the only rational act. Social media has become a powerful tool. These groups use it effectively. They spread their message widely. They often use emotionally charged language. This can quickly sway public opinion. They engage in online shaming tactics. Anyone who disagrees with them is labeled. They might call them pro-abuser or anti-child. This creates a hostile environment for open discussion. They often present themselves as the sole voice for children. This dismisses the concerns of others. It also ignores the work of legitimate child advocacy groups. Their tactics create an us versus them mentality. This online behavior is detrimental. It silences opposing viewpoints. It also hinders productive dialogue. It's essential to approach these issues with nuance. We need to encourage respectful conversations. The actions of these groups have significant consequences. Their approach undermines the principles of justice. It creates a system that is biased against fathers. This can lead to the unnecessary separation of children from loving parents. These groups often demonize fathers. This can have long-term effects on children. It can damage their relationship with their fathers. It can also create a sense of fear and distrust. This can lead to psychological harm. Their tactics can also harm mothers. They promote a narrative of fear and victimhood. This can prevent mothers from seeking help from other sources. It can also make it harder for them to move on. We need to find a better way forward. We need to balance child protection with fairness. We must ensure that accusations are taken seriously, but we must also uphold due process. Our goal should be to support healthy families. This includes protecting the rights of all parents.